today we got a very special Volkswagen Passat. Looks like a normal one, but it is the most rare model they produce from the B5. This is a W8 model. So pretty special. So what are we going to do? We're going to take a look around the car. I'm going to show you all the details, do a test drive, and let you know what I think about this special Passat. So let's have a look. So they were pretty rare. They were built between 2001 and 2004. It's the facelift model of the B5, so it's called the 5.5, MK 5.5, how you want to call it. So they only produced 11,888 cars. That included the combi version of the variant and the sedan version. So it's this is a pretty nice example. It's very clean. It has only done 65,000 kilometers. Pretty nice interior, all leather, electrical windows, electrical seats with memory. It was standard on the driver's side. Very nice leather seat, pretty clean. All the W8 models came in a Highline version, so there were top of the range models and then a little extra. So this particular car is delivered with a 5-speed automatic transmission. They were also with a 6-speed manual. Heated seats, pretty nice on both sides. Air conditioning, of course. You got a multimedia system from Volkswagen. It's just a very clean car. Glove box, pretty big. As you can see, 63,521 kilometers. Also electrical and heated windows. You can also fold them in. Also, what is standard on the where you can recognize the W8 model is that it's got all the chrome decals, the window trim and that sort of stuff. Tailpipes, so double tailpipe on each side. You got of course the badging. You got also normally the badging on the front side, but here is an aftermarket grille in it. Normally there is also a grille in it with some chrome trim here and the W8 badging. So it's standard delivered on 17-inch wheels. 225 was standard. Pretty nice wheels, I think. Brakes in the front were 334 millimeters, and in the back you got 269 millimeters discs, so pretty big. This is single pot caliper, and the front is dual 4-pot calipers. Also in the back, electrical windows, nice seating, armrest with some compartments. Also heated seats in the back, what is pretty special, I think. You can see pretty good. As you can see, I'm 185. I can see pretty good, and the seating position is in my position. I have still a lot of room. Also got a sunscreen in the back. That is overall, it's a pretty clean car. Boot space. It's 400 liters. Capacity, spare wheel, pretty nice. It looks all good. So let's have a look under the hood. So this is a very special engine. It's like a VR6, or that's the most famous engine, of course. So the cylinders are different in this engine. This is like the half engine of what you can find in an Bugatti Veyron. So it's a 4-cylinder on both sides, just like a normal V8, but the cylinders are not in a straight line. They are placed like this. Get one cylinder, another one, another one, and another one. So it's like a V shape. Not only the bank is a V shape, but also the per side is in a V shape. That makes this engine pretty short, because it starts here and ends here. So it's also shorter than a 4-cylinder line. So it's a pretty compact engine. So this engine is like a W8 engine, with a dual overhead camshafts, and it's got 275 horsepower and 370 Newton meters. So that's nice numbers for a good performance. And it's got like the same setup as an Audi Quattro. As you can see, the engine is in front of the front axle. So it's not like an Audi TT or an Audi A3 4-wheel drive system that the transmission is next to the engine. In this way, this is the same as an Audi V6 Quattro system or V8 Quattro system. The engine is in front of the front wheels. So pretty nice. Looks all good, very clean. No stone chips or anything else. It's just a very clean car. So I think we should do a test drive in this beauty. So it's pretty good. Sounds nice. So let's have a go. A little bit up the steering wheel. So Volkswagen Passat, 5th generation. This is the facelift model, so it's the B5 model, also called. So this generation came on the market in 1998 till 2005, and the facelift model was in 2001 till 2005. So this particular model was for sale between 2001 and 2004, and it was I could not really find a lot of information about it, but it was taken out of production because of the low numbers of sold cars. So okay, for Volkswagen it's a low number maybe, but I think it's still a lot. They sold 11,888 cars in between 2001 and 2004. So that were 7,302 sedans like this, and the other 4,586 were that were stations, variants models. So yeah, I think it is like a Passat is really like bulletproof. So it's pretty special that you got an edition like this. I think it's a pretty nice engine. I thought they also only came in the Passat model. The W8 engine was delivered, so that's also pretty special. So, and it's pretty powerful. It's 275 horsepower in the Passat, so it's the most powerful Passat version that was sold. So it got 370 Newton meters. It's 4 liter displacement, dual overhead camshaft, 4-valve cylinder per cylinder. So it produces 275 horsepower at 6,000 RPMs, and it produces 370 Newton meters at 2750 RPM. So that are pretty good numbers. and it runs pretty smooth. It's a 5-speed automatic transmission with Tiptronic, so I can also put it to the right and then I can shift back and up, and that works all pretty good. They were also delivered with a manual 5-speed. They were also available, and yeah, they were a little bit faster and lighter. Like this particular model weighs 1716 kilos. That's empty weight, so it's about 1816 kilos. I got a permanently 4-wheel drive system, a 4-motion system, and a bigger engine. So yeah, that weight is, yeah, I think 1716 kilos empty is not that heavy, I think. But if you got a manual, it's 1644 kilos, so it's lighter. And if you got a combi or variant edition, it's 50 kilos heavier for an automatic or for a manual. So if you got a manual version and a variant, it's 1694 kilos. So I think that's pretty good. So an automatic version like this should do 0 to 100 in about 7.8 seconds, and a manual should do it in around 6.5 seconds. So it's pretty good. So I think it's a very nice engine. It's alive. You can feel that, but just a little bit push on the throttle, it wants to go. So I think that's pretty good. The suspension setting is it's really sportive. I think it's a really stiff ride. So I think that's pretty good for a car like this. So it's not. Yeah, it's comfortable, but I can imagine that some people think it's a little bit hard. But I like it. It's a good and drivable car. So it's the W8 versions were standard delivered as a Highline edition, so they were more luxurious. They had more luxurious interior, like electric windows and that sort of stuff. I don't know really I cannot really find a perfect example of what a Highline edition was, but this particular car is delivered with all kinds of things like electrical windows and electrical mirrors, folding mirrors, got air conditioning, full leather seats, heated seats in the front and in the back, so it's fully loaded, fully air conditioning. So yeah, this is a pretty full car, and it drives very good. I think it's not a slow V8, so I really like that. So I think we should do an acceleration test and see how good this particular car can do 0 to 100, and how good it is above 100. It's also important for the drivability, of course. So let's have a look how good it is. 0 to 100 in this automatic version should do about 7.8 seconds. I will put air conditioning in eco mode, and that's it. So let's have a go. High on the RPMs, you can hear the engine starting to make this very nice V8 sound. Beautiful sound. So, very nice car, that's W8 Passat. It drives very good engine, very smooth. It's just, yeah, it's very, yeah, it really wants to go. Very good suspension setting, easy to drive. So, hope you like this video about this W8 Passat. Pretty rare car. If you're looking for something rare that can catch up in value in the future, this is a model to have a look at. they're not really known, and that's pretty good for a car that can be bought for a low value, and we'll discover it in the future when they are a little bit older. So these particular cars were only built 11,888 times, and the sedan version like this is built 7,302 cars, so that's pretty low numbers. So these particular cars are now just over 15 years old. So this particular car is a 2003 model, it's only produced for 4 years, so it's low numbers. It's a very good driving car, so and its engine is only delivered in this particular model, so that's also very good for value in the future. But besides that, it's a very nice car to drive, so for a daily driver it's also pretty good. So if you want to know where this particular car is for sale, have a look below the video. This car for sale at JB Over, Johan Over, jbover.nl. Have a look on his website for the full advertisement of this particular car. There's a link in the description below the video. I'll have a look on JMSpeedshop.com. Here's the link. You can also find the information back on this particular model and also other cars I drove and reviews and test drives I've done. So have a look there if you're interested, and if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel to build a bigger channel so I can drive more and more cars, more special models. And also have a look at my projects that I'm doing. There's also a link in my playlist to the project list, and hope you like it. Subscribe to my page, put the bell on for a notification when I got a new video. If you liked it, and see you next time. Bye bye.